Out of nonsense. Just plug my microphone in. Make sure. Can y'all hear me? Check one, check one, check one. Check one, test, 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 test. Can you hear me? So, welcome to the show. It is Friday night. Um, I always think I'm way ahead of schedule when it comes down to starting the show. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to be ready. The next, last couple minute preparations always throw me off. Yeah, I'll be sitting there like, boy, I barely made it. Now, if you are able to see and hear me, please let me know. Right now, I'm not. There we go. Now, you know what? I'm telling you, YouTube's watching me. Every time I reach to mess with the screen, then y'all messages pop up. Yeah, they want me to think at first like, oh man, they're not even on it. You can't see the chat. And every time I go to reach to check it, then all of a sudden, boop, there it is. It's crazy. All right, so it's Friday night, and people are looking like they can hear and see me. So that means we can get busy because we got some stuff to talk about tonight. That's right. And I think this might be one of the shows that everybody at some point needs to watch, especially towards the end, y'all, because we got a wonderful testimony that is going to come out of somebody who every minority, every white liberal needs to hear. Every one of them. Okay, every one of them. But we also got some devastating information when it comes down to the Biden administration and their gaslighting. Y'all remember last night? We was talking about that gaslight last night. Well, I got some more intel. Now, I don't know where you guys are all from, but it is raining cats and dogs. Dang on it. And I'm up here going, I can't stand the rain against my window. It has been getting down up here in Ohio. I rode through Pennsylvania this morning on the man truck going to drop off some drywall. And I seen something I've never seen except for like on TV. Real floods. Like we were up in the mountains and I looked down and these people are going to need some help. I looked down and I saw houses, cars, everything completely covered in water. And I'm thinking, oh my, that's one of those floods where you got to get out the house. You might be standing on top of the roof asking for a boat to come by. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was sitting there like, at what point do you realize we got to flee? You probably start off like, all right, there's a little water coming in through the kitchen. It's okay. We're good. Okay, wait a minute. Why is it up to my ankles? Now it's up to my, you know what? Everybody to the car. Everybody to the car. These people's lives have been devastated over there. And I don't even know what area I was in at the time, but I almost stopped and just start videotaping it because the water was so high that, I see that stuff on Florida and things like that. But their house was completely covered. And I'm saying the houses are done. And it just seems like the rain is relentless in the last couple weeks or so. And so we'll see. Now, people are saying they didn't get a notification again. I was reading the comments last night or earlier today, and I saw some people say they went looking for me and couldn't find me. Went looking for me. Googling as Kevin's Corner, put it right into, I guess, YouTube, and still couldn't find me. Had to really search. So something funny is going on. And I think I know what it is, but hey, it is what it is. So please, that's why I started doing a every night show at 7, so that you guys don't have to rely on the notifications per se. You can just go ahead and click on my channel and hopefully they'll even show that I'm going live. So let's stick with this plan for a while. Also, feel free to text this number right here on the screen, 330-974-4607. I have so many text messages I need to respond to, and I'm going to try to get to them. I really am. But don't think that, the text messages never came through. I got them. I just ain't been able to keep up with them. But please, text MAGA to that number, because once I lock you in and create, little groups, now I can start sending out those messages again, let y'all know what's going on. And then finally, if you want to contribute to the channel, feel free to do that. I do have a monthly fundraiser right beneath every single live stream. Now let's get busy, man. It's Friday night. Real Gorilla. Real Gorilla. Real Gorilla. There's some jeans in the building. Gorillas in here, gorilla in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, so there you have it. Now, once again, like I said, check out the gear. And if you are in the Georgia or the Atlanta area, I might, and I'm not promising right now, I'm still looking at it, but I might be making that trip down because Donald Trump has a rally in Atlanta on the 27th of April. And I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to make that trip, y'all, and do like on the on location thing. So if you are in the Atlanta area and you're going to attend that rally, let me know. Keep an out for me. We might run into each other or whatever. That'd be great. And I'll try to wear something you can recognize me with. I pretty much look the same. I think I pretty much look the same. I would hate to see one of y'all walk right past me. I'd be like, wait a minute. I mean, is the beauty feature that great where you don't even recognize Kev from Kevin's Corner, who you watch all the time? So we'll see. Now, somebody said, what? I'll be there. All right then, Kimberly. So there you have it. That's one person. So if you're going to be there, let me know. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and start the show off tonight. Not with creepy. Not with creepy. We're going to get to creepy. We always got to get to creepy. But guys, I ran across something. Woo-wee. Now, I love my Second Amendment. I do. Yeah. The Democrats don't love it. Yeah. See, real tyrannical regimes and dictators, they got to get rid of two things. One, they got to get rid of freedom of speech. And two, they got to get rid of that Second Amendment, which, most countries don't have it. That's what is jamming up our Democrats who are licking their chops when it comes down to tyranny. Yeah. So they want to find a way to get past it. And they go out and they recruit all of these advocates and all of these folks to go out and they whine about the Second Amendment. And, like David Hogg, he's still around and apparently he's trying to remain relevant. So he shows up somewhere to give a little speech. And of course, like all tyrannical regimes and all Marxists, they don't start off by saying, we're going to go ahead and take everything and take over and be in control of your lives. They always start off by trying to act like they recognize your rights. Yeah, they're not really trying to take them. They just want to monitor them. They just want to make sure, they modify them a little bit to make sure they don't hurt other folks, the victims, the weak, the disenfranchised. I mean, should everybody be able to say anything they want? What about the ones that can't defend themselves? I mean, you might make these people want to hurt themselves because you're saying hateful things. Yeah, David Hogg. Yeah. So they always pretend like they can relate to us. And we hear the Democrats doing it all the time. I mean, God, look, I'm a big proponent of the Second Amendment. I really am. However, soon as you start saying that, I'm like, you don't want us to get that shock value. Like, whoa, you just straight came out and said, we want all y'all guns. So you got to chip away at it. And they also use their surrogates like David. So let's see what happens when he runs into not a white nationalist, y'all. Not a Trump supporting, MAGA hat wearing, red-blooded American. No, he ran into the most unlikely defendant of the Second Amendment. And let's check it out. It's beautiful.
I'm not advocating for you having your gun taken away.
Oh, y'all hear that?
I'm genuinely not. I know it may be hard for you to believe that.
It is. What is this?
You have no right to a gun. You are not a militia.
What?
When you're talking about your Second Amendment rights, you're talking about a state's right to have what is today the National Guard.
Well, listen here, you Pop-Tart. I know my rights. So here are all the receipts as that man gets up there talking about, I know it's hard for you to believe, but I'm not trying to take your guns. I'm not. That sounds like a demo rap for you. Now, we're not trying to do that. We just want some of them. Then we'll get all of them.
The modern interpretation of 2A is a ridiculous fraud pushed for decades by the gun lobby.
Wow.
I'm not advocating for you having your gun taken away.
Hi, my name.
Well, we're going to test that theory right now. From Lily Tang, y'all. Lily Tang Williams. She's from China.
My name is Lily Tang Williams, and welcome to my live free or die state. Actually, I am a Chinese immigrant who survived communism. And
these are the best, y'all. Folks that come out of real tyrannical regimes. Yeah, the ones that come from real communist countries, real Marxist countries, they come over here and they have the best testimonies. And you can't just write them off talking about they're just because they're white and they want to keep America white. These are people that come from places where they say, you think y'all got it bad? You don't recognize what y'all got right here. You understand that? I'm going to tell you what goes on over in China as you guys are trying to advocate your rights away. So go ahead, Lily Tang Williams.
The Undermount, 40 million people were starving to death after he sold the communism to them, and 20 million people died, murdered during his Cultural Revolution. So my question to you, David, is that can you guarantee me, a gun owner tonight, our government in the U.S., in D.C., will never become a tyrannical government?
Yeah.
Can you guarantee that to
Yeah,
me?
can you, David?
There's no way I can ever guarantee that any government will not be tyrannical.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's what I'm talking about. You know what? Girl, I want to shower you with diamonds and pearls. Man, Lily Tang made me sing. Lily Tang made me sing, y'all. She straight came out and said, well, then the debate for gun control is over. Boy, I know that hurt him. That right there jumped off of Lily Tang and that microphone and punched David right in that big fat nose.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over.
It's over. Can you feel that? Beautifully. But she ain't done. She ain't done. You think she done with him? You think she done with this fool?
Because I will never give up my guns. Never. And you should go to China to see how gun control works for dictatorship.
I think I'm in love with him.
Me too. That's what all of these liberals need. Yeah, they all need to take a trip to all the places they swear now is better than the United States. I'm telling you, we should go ahead and say, all right, we're preparing field trips to all these countries you claim is this wonderful and it's a utopian society. No, it's on us. It's on us. If you like it there, stay there. If you don't, come back with a whole different idea, whole different philosophy, whole different attitude. Yeah, don't you bring your butt back here talking about well, I went there and it was horrible, but I'm coming back here to make it just like that over there. We don't want that mess. All of these folks talking about, not East Palestine, but Palestine. Don't they realize who's running Palestine right about now? As they sit back and talk about ceasefire. I mean, their own people are victims of that oppression. So I want to see Ilhan Omar and Tlaib and all of these other female activists in the government, the squad and them, go live over there. AOC. Yeah, see what happens. Hey, you think you can have the same freedoms as a woman? You be like, look, first of all, you're my wife now. You get in the room. You're one of 7. Okay, your day is Tuesday. And cover the face. But I want to call my mom back home. No more calls. You belong to me now. See, it don't work like that over there, but yet they sweeping down these places of utopian societies and all of that stuff, and they're the victims. Now, granted, I feel bad for some of these countries where they oppress their own people. But what makes me even more mad is when you have Americans over here that don't recognize how good we got it and is trying to turn our country into their countries. All you got to do is just look over there without ignoring all of the oppression on their own people. See, that's what they do. They ignore all of that. Yeah, when they're talking about Palestinian, freedom and all that stuff, you think that freedom comes with gay rights and transgender kids? You think that freedom comes with that? Huh? You think if you give them a 2-state solution, they'll go ahead now that we got a 2-state solution, women can go ahead and walk around and let it all hang out. They could do what they want. Yeah, they could just have a good time. Yeah, they would lock it down. And then I would want to hear all of these feminists and all of these activists over here. I want to see them go over there and say, well, you guys need to change your policies because we were advocating for you over it. And if they could, they would bring a lot of these ideas straight to our country because they're ignorant and they need a tour in some of these other countries, like Lily Tang said. Now you shut your mouth, David Hogg. Go back there with the other hogs. So let's go ahead and get into creepy now, y'all, because them dudes just said, man, I think I love her. And I'm like, me too, but I don't love creepy. Not in love with him. Check this guy out.
That's it.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, sir.
That instills confidence. What do I do? You see that mess? That's the latest one. That's the latest one. I'm in love with it. I want everybody to see this. I want everybody to see this right here. Yeah, because I'm sure, as Lily Tang was saying, you think Cheese over there looking at this clip right here and saying, you know what, that inspires me to start a democracy over here in a republic. Yeah, you see what it got you guys over there? You got Joe Biden. And really, he's probably cracking up because he got those Americans, those liberals think they're living in a democracy. Boy, I tell you, we were advocates for Creepy Sleepy. Yeah, especially with that $1.5 billion deal. So now look at Creepy creeping across that stage. Don't know where he's going. Look at that. Oh my God. You want me right here? He got every body language of a just completely old, washed up animal in the wild that's just ready to be eaten, begging, put me out of my misery. Just put me out of my misery. I mean, you don't do this. You don't walk around always doing. He does this all the time. That just oozes out a lack of confidence, assertiveness. He looks horrible. I mean, as bad as he is, at least if he was to project some type of strength, you know, I'd be like, well, at least we don't look like we're ready to be eaten. But this guy's walking around, we're right here. No, what do you want me to do? They told me not to speak. They told me not to ask questions. Everything about him just communicates weakness. I mean, incompetence. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I got to rely on other people. Man, do you think Trump would have came in asking, where you want me? Right here. He would have came in there like everybody out of the way. Let me go over and see what's going on. I mean, no, don't worry. I know you want me to look at that, but I'm going over here. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. You're not the boss. This guy has many, in the words of Police Academy's captain, so many bosses. He got a whole bunch of bosses, whole bunch of puppet masters pulling his strings, and look at this.
Was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community. I had a very close relationship with the Greek American community, for real. I am Joe Bidenopoulos. I grew up in a heavily Irish Catholic community in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and a heavily Italian Polish community. When I say I got raised in the black church, he knows I'm not kidding. The Persian culture is amazing. As a student of the Persian culture, I probably went to shul more than many of you. I come out of the black community.
Right out the black community.
My family is Irish American, not fundamentally unlike the Palestinian people. I was raised on GM. I was raised by Danny Inouye. I was raised by a righteous Christian. I got raised on automobiles.
Yeah, you were raised by evil. I was raised by Satan. I was raised by Beelzebub and Lucifer and all of the imps. I was raised by legions. Yeah, straight up evil. Because that man just said he was raised by everything. Some stuff it sounds like inanimate objects. I was raised by Tonka trucks. I was raised by Stretch Armstrong. I was raised by Rock'em Sock Robots. I was raised by unbelievable, man. But nobody ever catches that. Nobody. Now, y'all saw that clip that I just opened up with when he was walking around. Where you want me to go? Right here. Right there, right here. You just saw that, right? Now, after I show y'all these clips about Bidenomics and how well it's doing, we're going to see, based on the horrific train wreck of this administration, we're going to see one of the lowest attempts, and that's saying a lot, the lowest last-ditch effort attempts to do anything they can to stop Trump from getting into office, and it is hilarious. This one is hilarious. But before we get to that, leading into it to show why they have to do that is because of stuff like this. Checking in with Bidenomics, baby. Yeah, go get
We've
your
got
wallet.
very strong domestic demand. Consumers are holding up. Some low-income consumers
That's it.
are perhaps exhausting their buffers of saving that they built up during the pandemic. We're seeing a little bit more distress
Just a little.
at the household level there. But generally, households are in very good financial shape.
Settle down.
Our financial system is generally quite strong. I really doubt that we're going.
Now, she needs to be sitting right next to Joe Biden eating pudding. Yeah, both of them right now should be in a rocking chair on the front porch. It's pretty hot sunny day out today, isn't it? Absolutely. Can you pass the lemonade? Why are these two still working a full-time job? I mean, in important positions. Important positions. So, let's finish hearing her ease our discomfort and suspicions about this economy.
Going to see an inflationary cycle.
It will have a temporary or transitory impact.
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
The overwhelming consensus.
Did that man just say increasing price? Now, you want to talk about a montage of gaslighting? Yeah, they're hitting us with the vampire in Brooklyn, Eddie Murphy. Yeah, when they were like, the preacher got up there talking about some evil is good. See, because if you didn't know evil, then you wouldn't know good. Therefore, evil is good. Say it with me, y'all. Evil is good. People look confused and we're still saying it. This is what they are telling us. That man just said, that's right, the fact that prices are going up is a good sign.
I really doubt
that's
that we're
some
going
gaslighting
to
for you
see
right
an
there.
inflationary cycle.
It will have a temporary or transitory
Well, listen
impact.
to
The faster than expected increase in some of those prices is actually a good sign.
It's a good sign. You should rejoice when you go in there like, oh, wow, I get to pay $5.75 for a small carton of milk. That's great. That's a good sign. Things are getting better, right? Right, hon? I mean, isn't it sweet that we're paying $5 and $6 per gallon? It shows that things are picking up. Just the prices are. Nothing else. But let's continue.
The overwhelming consensus is going to pop up a little bit and then go back down. No one's talking about this great thing.
This is something that will settle down.
Transitory.
Most of the price increases we've seen are.
Now, you see how they pick words and they all just say, okay, here's the word to keep all of the animals in the zoo. Transitory. That's the one for this week because, see, the people are starting to go, wait a minute, we started off thinking we were defending democracy and racism, fighting against all of that. But, yeah, I didn't expect the prices to be this high. What's going on here? And they're like, okay, we got to get them back in control. Get them back in control. You know what? Calm them down by coming up with some garbage talking about transitory. Transitory. What's that? Well, I guess they told us it's transitory. That mean what? This is okay. Well, I guess, all right, let's just wait it out. So now this was back when everybody started getting concerned and they had to come out and look at all the excuses down through the years that they have given us. All of the misplaced blame, all of the gaslighting. Everybody but them was responsible for inflation. Check this out.
Were expected and expected to be temporary. It's highly unlikely that's going to be long-term inflation that's going to get out of hand. I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Boy, what set is he on? Oh, man, first of all, why are you sitting there looking like a rock'em sock'em robot? What is with Joe? Whenever he gets on stage, he tightens up and his arms are like he's about to be the Rocket Man or something like that. But he just said he don't know anybody who's worried about inflation. Well, you must not know anybody outside of, DC and the folks that broke it. So now that man just said, I don't know anybody who's worried about inflation.
Over the last couple of months, we actually saw it trended downward.
President Biden's chief of staff, Ron Klain, enthusiastically retweeted an economist who had said in part, most of the economic problems we're facing, inflation, supply chains, etc., are high-class problems.
Yeah. This felt by the lower class and the middle class. That's what you're saying. You forgot to put that part in there, fake crapper. It's high class problems. So when you guys look at how inflation is affecting you, you should just look at it and say, well, we're doing well compared to the high class. Yeah, only the high class rich people will be worried about this problem. See, it just goes to show that these people think they're better than us, right? You think they are? That's why they can get on TV and tell you to suck it up when it comes down to the economy and vote for Joe so you can make sure the white nationalists don't get in. Whoopi Goldberg, the other day, mad at all those people that was in that Brady Bunch box on MSNBC ripping the Biden administration, all those independent voters. And Whoopi got up there talking about something. They just don't know civics. I'm sorry, let me do it in Whoopi's voice. They just don't know civics, see? What I want to know. All of that mess ain't gonna tell us to settle down. They just do that. You think Bill Maher who denies how bad the economy is every time a guest come on his show? You think he was struggling through the pandemic? You think he was hitting his pockets? They don't even feel it. But yet they'll tell you to suck it up because Orange Man bad and we got to stop him. And it's greater than your, personal life and all of the things that you need and all of that stuff.
Well, the number one thing that the president can do is help get COVID under control.
Well, he wasn't going to do that. So, they rode in on that. They beat that COVID horse to death. The horse was laying there and they was just still hitting it. Body quenching. Yeah, it's dead, man. So y'all used COVID to change all the voting rules. Y'all used it to destroy the economy so Trump would look bad. Y'all used it to lock us down. Y'all used it to go ahead and hook folks on government assistance. Got everybody relaxed and laying at the crib just using money that was given to them. And then wonder why they won't go back to work. Yeah, use all of that. Then force everybody to get the shot that didn't want the shot. Destroyed the supply chain. Do you understand all of the fingerprints they have on getting us to where this is right now? Allowed the war to jump off in Ukraine. Gas prices skyrocket. Now we are buying really Russian oil from India. Putin is like, I'm still getting a last laugh. All of this. And yet here she is up here talking about that he has to get COVID under control. COVID would have been under control if y'all would have left things alone. Once the vaccine was created, then, hey, that's it. That's where the government should have left it alone. But y'all became salesmen for some reason. Yeah, y'all became salesmen. And y'all didn't just say, well, hey, it's on y'all now. Yeah, y'all took a whole nother year or two getting out there with your big fake black mask on, talking about you got to cover your mask. That's all Biden talked about for the first year of his presidency is coming out giving sorry behind updates on COVID. And don't forget, he said, I'm going to shut down the virus and not the economy. And that bad boy got shut all the way down. Down, diddy, down, diddy, down.
That we know is the root cause of inflation.
There it is. It's the root cause of inflation. No, the root cause was you guys shutting down all of these businesses. We just saw on my show the other night, some stores from around the country. I forget what Dollar General, Dollar Tree or something like that. All of them shutting down. And guess what's one of their issues? COVID lockdowns. There you go. Yeah. COVID lockdowns. That ripple effect finally caught up with them. And they had, I think, like 300 some stores been open for 40 years and all of them gone just like that. Totally avoidable. Totally avoidable. But yet they did it anyway.
President Biden this afternoon saying he thinks we're at the peak of the crisis right now and that lower prices are on the way.
Yeah. Inflation has everything to do with the supply chain.
Yeah, now all of a sudden inflation has everything to do with the supply chain that we destroyed because we had Pete Booty running it into the ground while he was out there breastfeeding his baby and the supply chain was shut down. So yeah, it has everything to do with the supply chain that you all broke.
Make no mistake, inflation is largely the fault of Putin.
Boy, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like what we just heard from Joe, where he was like, I was raised by the black people, I was raised by the Mexicans, I was raised by the Arabs, I was raised by the... Yeah, everybody raised Joe. Now all of a sudden, everything is responsible for inflation. It's Putin's fault. Who else's fault?
Want to get rid of inflation. The only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts.
No, it's the Trump tax cuts. Now y'all see Mr. Burns? Yeah, Mr. Burns is on a microphone with those glasses down right there. The only way, and he has to read his notes, his propaganda notes too. So the only way to get rid of inflation is to, wait, what did they tell me to say? Hold on for a second. To get rid of Trump's tax cuts. How much was his tax? Anyway, don't ask me any questions because I know nothing about it. Trump's tax cuts somehow came up in the discussion of inflation. So how many we got? We got Trump's tax cuts. We got the supply chain. We got COVID.
Our inflation rates are lower than other nations in the world.
The inflation we're seeing is due to the pandemic.
When inflation hit a new high last week, the administration of President Biden called the numbers out of date.
I just want to say a number. 0. Today, we received news that our economy had 0% inflation.
When I hear people talk about inflation, as I heard him there.
Oh, you know it's bad when they send out, you know who. Nasty, looking like Prince. You see her with all of her purple? Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden, here she is coming like she's Prince. With the hairdo and talking about Paisley Park. There is a park that's known for the place it attracts. Talking about some now, you know what? Let me tell you how to solve this inflation thing. Nasty does it better than all of you. That's right. If you don't believe me, yes, roll back the video when I got caught getting my hair done during COVID. I looked those people right in the eye and told them, listen, I'm not apologizing to you, you peasants. You all should be apologizing to me because I was set up. Only thing I'm guilty of is being set up. So now let's hear her solution to inflation.
Inflation, as I heard him there, we have to change that subject. Inflation is a global phenomenon.
That's all. Just change the subject. Excuse me, Mrs. Nasty, what do you think about inflation? What? What do I think about the Ukraine war? Well, actually, I feel that I said inflation. No, you shut your mouth. I'm changing the subject. But first, let me go ahead and wet my whistle. That is how Nasty handles it. She don't even try to reason with you. She say, just get out there and change the subject. I don't care what these people talking about. What they asking. Man, don't be asking me about no inflation, man. I'm here to talk about whatever I want to talk about. I'm going to change the subject. So that's Nasty's solution with her Prince outfit on.
Phenomenon.
A few moments later.
I'm going to say that this is a president that is doing everything that we can to fight inflation, right? To build an economy from the bottom up, middle out. And we've been pretty consistent about that. And over what we have seen over the past several months is that inflation is down 2/3 and core inflation is at the lowest since May of 2021.
She's trying to pick some things in there. I thought what we've seen the last few months is that, let me see, is there anything I can go in here in my thing and find and say this is. So now here's Black Gay Drop. They know they're in trouble with this. They know they are struggling with this. And the more they come out and just keep telling us things are great, then you get reports that reveal them.
One. Inflation is down and wages are up.
There you go. Y'all hear the chameleon? Inflation is down and then wages are up. So now here she is gaslighting us again. And only to find out what?
And while unemployment is down,
Look.
In case you haven't noticed, inflation is down too and is going lower.
These are evil people, y'all. These are evil. We're just evil people. They're straight up coming out like, man, we know people are suffering. We know they're struggling. But you know what? We got to get back in office. We got to stay in power. So what we're going to do is walk straight out to that mic and lie to these people. We're going to straight lie to them.
And we're going to continue to build an economy that leaves no one behind.
That's Bidenomics. It's about growing an economy by strengthening the middle class.
That's what it's about. Yeah, cough up that lie. You hear that man coughing up that lie? Coughing up a couple demons. So it's about strengthening the middle class and men Hunter's pockets and all of that. So somebody said, and received no notification tonight. Good grief. Hang in there with me, y'all. We gonna get this thing right at some point with YouTube. Boy, they burn me up. They burn me up, man. Anyway, so y'all hear him coughing up more lies? So now we better go ahead and check the receipts. What's this?
Now to that disappointing report on inflation. Consumer prices in March were up 3.5% compared to a year ago, higher than expected.
Our message to everybody struggling right now is this: help is on the way.
I know how you feel, brother.
Before the pandemic, all of these groceries, about 30 items, cost $100 on average.
Okay.
Now, 5 years later, according to Nielsen IQ, all this costs 33% more.
What?
Meaning you...
No, wait a minute. What's in there, y'all? All right, Kevin likes bacon. All right, I see some crackers. Get rid of those. Definitely get rid of the carrots. Yeah, you could go ahead and send that up to New York for their governor with those big teeth. I like broccoli. Sometimes I drink milk. And I do like bananas. I need some Crisco and some peanut butter. All right, let's see where we at with it. Oh, and we definitely need toilet paper. All right, so let's see.
You'd have to skip about 10 items, like chicken.
Chicken? Now you know all black folks like chicken. What you talking about? We ain't gonna skip no chicken. Or put the chicken back in there. Put the chicken back in there. I'll get rid of something else. Let's see.
Bread, milk.
Well, we need some bread for the chicken. We need some bread for the chicken and some hot sauce like Hillary. Yeah, so let's see what else.
And bananas to make your $100 budget.
Yeah, keep the banana, nana. Oh, wait, I see some. Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. I see some spaghetti and meatball sauce. We need that. We're almost at our budget right now. Do we need to wipe our butts? Can we get away a month without wiping our butts? We need to wipe okay. So we put the toilet paper back in. All right, now wait. Can we lick our fingers instead of using paper towel? Can we do that? Let's go with that. We're gonna lick our fingers. So get rid of the paper towel. Let's see. I don't know. It gets tight right there. I think I see some eggs down there at the bottom. Can anybody steal a chicken? Somebody go out and steal a chicken from the neighbors. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and drop an egg or two every day from the neighbors. See, that's what Bidenomics has brought us to.
5 years ago versus today, the difference is remarkable. Is that normal?
That's Bidenomics.
It sure is. 5 years ago, Trump was in office. And we were all out in the middle of the street talking about to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light. Forget about the worries of your life. You can leave them all behind. Out there straight to barging it. La, 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 la. Having a good time. But now, folks out there talking about some soon I will be done. The troubles.
The news plunging all major indexes. At close, the Dow Jones still down more than 400 points.
Explain this, Biden.
Consumer prices headed in the wrong direction. The price of eggs rising almost 5%.
Go get that chicken from the neighbor. I was riding around yesterday and I saw some chickens on the side of the road. I was so tempted to grab them. Yeah. But what I couldn't understand is how the farmer had the chickens trained not to go out in the street. They were as close to the street as you can get, but for some reason, the chicken didn't cross the road. I'm thinking, why didn't the chicken cross the road? Them bad boys was right on the edge. I'm like, if I would have got caught slipping, texting, you would have heard the double tap, like, foop, foop. What was that? Did I just run over a bunch of chickens? Man, I could have ate those. So, yeah, chickens. Maybe that's where we got to go with this, y'all. Maybe it'd be more advantageous to just go ahead and buy a chicken.
Baby formula up nearly 10%.
Oh, well, they're small. They don't need much food. They're just going to go ahead and have to go without. They're going to have to go without. Maybe they can drink some chicken milk. Do chickens? Can we milk the chickens? No? Okay. All right, so let's continue.
And car insurance spiking more than 22%.
Well, we're just going to ride dirty. There's no need to pay for car insurance. Hopefully you won't get in an accident. So, yeah, look at this, man. That's Bidenomics at work.
Go Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I'm feeling way more than 3.5%. I have a lot of friends who used to...
Yeah, Kenny G. Y'all see Kenny G? If Kenny G is feeling it, you know it's bad. Come on, talk to us, Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
To grab a few beers and watch the football game at their house. It's getting way too expensive to do that.
American families are spending about $204 more every single month than they were in 2023, and about $1,000 more than they were 3 years ago.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to go on an unscheduled fast. There you go. That's how you're going to have to justify it to the kids. Mama, why we ain't eating this week? We're fasting. Okay? We're getting in touch with God. That's what we're doing. There'll be no eating this week. Well, I was thinking maybe we can eat something because we didn't eat last week. Were we fasting into? Yes, we're fasting. So that's what's going on with Bidenomics.
We had a lot more to do, though.
Yeah, because you ain't
tore up the whole country.
Gas
prices down again, I promise you.
The gas prices? So wait, we went from the food, the necessities, and things like that. So at least there's some hope. Y'all. I mean, we might have to come out of the grocery store paying like $400-500, but at least we can get in the car, fill up our tanks for about maybe $20-25. Thank you, Joe. Or
heads up, gas prices are on the rise. According to AAA, the national...
Joe just lied. Good grief. Now here I am relying on his promise to get these gas prices down.
Average for a regular gallon of gas is $3.59, 20 cents more.
All right, kids, we won't be driving anywhere either. So wait, we can't eat and we can't go nowhere either? No, kids. When you fast, you want to stay home with the lights off because the lights were turned off. And there's no water. We're going with no food or water. And don't act like you're cold. Rely on the warmth of Jesus. That's what we're going to do. Everybody go get blankets. Yeah, that's how folks got to live right now under Bidenomics.
More than a month ago, and more than we were paying this time last year. This just in, inflation is headed in the wrong direction right now. The latest consumer price report just out shows prices up 3.5%. This over same time last year. CNN's Rahel Solomon just looking through it all, just running into the studio to help us out. What are you seeing?
So yeah, you put it pretty well there that this is moving in the wrong direction.
I told you this was going to happen. I told you.
Well, Trump, you sure did. You were right about a whole bunch of things. You told us our border would be wide open. You told us foreign relations would be blew out. Yeah, China would be running rampant, doing whatever they want to do. All the stuff that, Trump said would happen, happened. But see, what's crazy about that is the only people are shocked is Biden voters. See, they're the one. See, we already saw this too. Trump didn't have to convince us of what was to come. I mean, I felt like a prophet. Soon as they installed this dude, I was like, oh, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. All of us were going, we are in trouble. And it started immediately. Record-breaking time. And I'm not shocked. I'm upset about it. I'm disappointed, but I'm not shocked. That's the sad part. Only people are shocked about this dude is the folks that voted for him. That is it. We saw it. We like, man, we knew what we were getting. But at the same time, these folks sweeping out, they think they know what Trump is about and what they're going to get from him. And none of that ever comes to pass. They just walk around believing it in their heads because of things like what we're about to see right here. So now they can't come out and say, well, Bidenomics is working. The media has tried that. The media has tried the other night, because I like to show these things to, just reveal how crazy things are right now. So now let me get it straight. He wants a bloodbath. He called all of the immigrants, not illegal ones, not MS-13, called all immigrants animals. He wants to kill Latinos. He's going to exterminate them. He definitely is going to set himself up as a dictator, and democracy is at risk. He's going to go after all of his political enemies unjustifiably. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to set himself up as the king, and he's never going to have another election again. And he's Jesus. He's David Koresh. He's Satan. He's the Antichrist. He's Hitler. He's whom else? Did I miss anybody? Mao. Mussolini. How could I forget Musi? He's Musi. All of that. So now he's a cult leader. They done tried all of that. He's definitely a criminal. He's a criminal. Let me see. Did I miss anything? Dictator, does that count? Okay, all of that. So now, since they have ran through so many of their fake narratives, this is where they're at with this one. The latest one is Trump looks horrible. Look at that. Watch this.
Are sitting there in the jury pool, listening to the judge describe this case to you.
Okay. So wait, understand what context this fake, and I mean fake, this dude is a serious prostitute. We've seen his work. There's no depth he won't go to go ahead and prostitute himself. So now he's talking about this, I guess, trial that's coming up. The fake one about Stormy Daniels. So now, instead of, talking about the trial and stuff like this, this is what he wants the jurors to be thinking about when they are out there making their decision about Trump. Okay, y'all ready for not the evidence, okay? This is what he wants them to be seeing in their heads.
Donald Trump is sitting at the defense table looking like this. Let's take that back down to a half screen of Donald Trump. Now, we normally don't allow Donald Trump to occupy your full television screen during this program.
Boy, I tell you, I want to cartoon slap this dude. I want to be like, head just spin straight up. So now this is what he's riding in on. Donald Trump. Imagine him sitting over there in the courtroom, looking like this. Well, looking like what? So what are we down to? We're down to looks now?
But for this one time, as you consider yourself sitting there on Monday, in the position of a juror looking at him.
Isn't this trying to influence the jury? Isn't this jury tampering? Unbelievable. So now he wants them to look at Orange Man and his orange complexion and not the facts, not the evidence, not the fact that Stormy Daniels have a letter saying that they never even had the affair. And Michael Cohen, got an email or whatever talking about, you know what, Trump never did this. No, don't look at that stuff. Look over there at that corner and look at this face. Can you imagine being a so-called news organization and this is what you're shoveling? Shite. This is 100% shite. They must never want to regain any type of legitimate viewers if they have stooped this low. This right here shows that they have disregarded so many viewers, so many Americans, so many folks' intelligence. When you come in talking about this dude's looks.
Let's look at what they will actually see without hearing a word from Donald Trump. And for that, we're going to go back to the full screen so you can take in what this man actually looks like now. Donald Trump is likely to be sitting there as he is in this recent campaign videos. That's a picture of him when he's trying to look his absolute best in his campaign video.
And you know what's funny? He looks like he always looks. I mean, everybody know he got the orange tint. So you're trying to dig this up. This is where you're at with it. Yeah, so jury, I want you all to be thinking about this when you're making your decision, okay? That's what I want you all to be doing. I bet you when he said, you know what, I got a great segment. I think we should do a segment about how Donald Trump looks. Maybe we can go ahead and convince the jury that he's evil based upon his orange tint. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, because right now we have nothing else to go on. Might as well try it. You know what, Donald? Go for it. Okay, I'll write it up. So now here he is doing his best acting job, and he's talking about this man's looks.
Which in his mind includes a face partially covered in some form of homemade bronzer in which he always forgets the ears.
So wait, here's this guy talking about Trump as if he's a makeup artist, as if he's a beauty consultant, but yet he won't talk about Biden or look. He's not talking about that. Biden looking like he got a mask on, and Biden's eyebrows, surprise eyes all the time. He's not talking about that. So here he is talking about Trump and his bronzer and all this stuff. Now, this is that level where I'm expecting next he's going to be like, and he's a poopy head and he's a doo-doo butt. And you know what? He's a big, fat, stupid dummy and stuff like, he's straight playgrounding it. He is old school capping on the playground, and he's trying to push this as legitimate news. And yet, they always say they're really hard-hitting news. That's what it is. We're covering stuff because, and I'm going, this ain't news. This is a straight hit piece. You have just let us know what you guys are about, your intent. When this is what you're trying to convince the jury to be seeing and thinking about when Trump comes into the courtroom.
He always forgets his ears are visible, showing the real color of Donald Trump in contrast to the mud brown that he has decided makes him look his best. And to some eyes, actually makes him look like a horror movie character.
This is where we're at. Name calling. They should be embarrassed, man. But then again, Joy Reid came out the other day and said Trump is a cult leader and thought that he was Jesus and he's all of this. So I can't, there's nothing MSNBC can do or say that will shock me at this point. Honestly, they have blown past CNN when it comes down to their craziness. And that's saying a lot. CNN sucks. But these folks are talking about, look, doesn't he look like a creep show? And just straight up overlook how raggedy Joe looks all the time, every single day. Remember last night during my show, I said it looked like he had funeral makeup on? That guy looks like they're rolling a corpse out, and yet here he is talking about a horror show. When you look at him over there, Wait, did that come across believable? Another take? Okay, okay. So the thing about the fake news is they always come across as actors. Nothing sincere. It's always forced. It's always over the top. And it always makes me say, this is pure 100% uncut propaganda. And it's very clear. You can't even mistake it. Once you see it, you can't even mistake it. You can't even go, well, maybe he's sincere about this one. Straight propaganda. Yeah, like this is going to work. Yeah, I want you focusing on his orange complexion and he missed his ears.
That is not a face you want to present to a criminal jury whose job it is to concentrate on the evidence in the case. Those jurors will be listening to Judge Merchan's questions while having trouble fighting the urge to steal another peek at that profoundly strange-looking man sitting at the defense table.
Name calling. This dude, this is what he's doing on this network. So juvenile. Somebody said juvenile. Yep. Look at them. They're going to be looking at him and he's ugly and he got orange skin, and then that should formulate their opinion. This is a psyop. Yeah. No evidence, no support when it comes down to the narratives that they're trying to push, that Trump should finance charges and all of that stuff. They are out of ammunition, so they're throwing a gun. This is a throw the gun moment. This is one of those click it, oh, shoot. And hope you hit something with the gun. So he's name calling. He went straight back to the playground.
Whose voice they will probably never hear in court.
Yes, that's what everybody in their studio should be doing. Everybody in their studio should be like, I know we told him he can roll with that, but we never expected him to write it like that. I swear, I mean, when he told me, it sounded like a good idea. It sounded like a good idea. What do you mean? You're looking at our viewership go down in real time. What do you mean? You're looking at the ratings fall right in front of our... This is unbelievable, man. And if people can't see what they're up to and they're still watching that thinking that was real news, it's you're at the point, man, where we got to call it. The Trump TDS is so bad. We're going, you thought that was new? That's what... You couldn't see through that? Call it. They're done. So let's continue, guys, because now... We done ran across the first liberal hater. Remember the other day, y'all? I said it's a matter of time before the fake news sends somebody out to try to combat this story that's gone viral about Trump showing up down there amongst all the blacks that loved him. They probably were sitting back figuring out how can we spin this. Man, we got to get around the narrative that Trump hates them and they hate Trump. And then that big old photo of him hugging that black lady and others. Man, this is going to be tough. But when we are up against the wall, send out Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, he'll do it. He's like Mikey. Yeah, Mikey will eat anything. Well, Jimmy Kimmel, he'll say anything. So now here's the first hater, liberal hater, trying to go ahead and hate on that wonderful moment.
Trump today took a break from trying to derail his porn star hush money trial to make a surprise stop at a Chick-fil-A.
See. Now, you know what's sad about this? Is not only, in their attempt to reroute the narrative that Trump is a racist, everybody hates Trump. Trump's a criminal. He's evil. They're spitting on the people that was in there loving Trump. I mean, you think they care whether Trump supporters are black or white? They try to make it seem like, they're protecting black folks. But if a black person supports Trump, they're making people think this is a race thing and it's always on. It has nothing to do with that. This is straight up power. It's like, anything that threatens our power is we have to destroy it, whether it's black or white. So now, instead of leaving this alone and letting these black folks enjoy the moment, letting, the narrative show that Trump is not a racist, not showing him in a very human, view. This guy starts off in the midst of him. Now look at this evil man. Look at this sorry story boy. I hope he said he's retiring after this. Yes, get him out of there.
Trump today took a break from trying to derail his porn star hush money trial to make a...
Look at that, man. See, that stuff that makes me want to go a couple rounds in the ring with him. Like, but with his consent. All right, now, Jimmy, I want you to sign this paperwork. This says if I bust your nose and your lips and your esophagus, you won't sue me, okay? So now, bringing up the porn star, bringing up this and that, even though the porn star said it never happened. But hey, let's continue.
Surprise stop at a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta. He likes to go into fast food restaurants and buy everyone food like a big shot.
Or how about a compassionate man that can relate to people? Why not say that, Jimmy? Yeah, when is the last time you seen Biden drag his corpse up in some joint and say, all right, everybody, the food is on me? What does he do? He schedules an appointment with a little black family. Now, wait, how much is it going to cost me? Because I can't be buying these blacks too much food now, okay? All right, just one piece of chicken apiece, okay? And get me a hamburger, because I don't eat the black food and the chicken and the string beans and all of that stuff. So now, instead of going in there and doing something like this is the stuff. Why do you think when guys get up and girls get up or somebody get up and say, a round of drinks for everybody, they're beloved. Round of drinks for everybody. And everybody just falls, yay! That person becomes a hero. So now Trump goes in there and does that. And his view is he's doing it because he's a big shot.
He bought 30 milkshakes and some chicken and then started passing it around. And one young woman in attendance at the...
Trying to ruin this woman's moment. This is a dirt bag, man. This dude is a doo-doo bag. He's not even a dirt bag. He's a doo-doo bag and a douche bag. Ruining this girl's moment without really trying to attack her as a black Trump supporter. You got to still try to throw mud on this wonderful occasion. Now, instead of trying to make this occasion bridge the gap between blacks and Trump and all of that stuff, and to show that maybe Trump is not the demon and the racist that we claim he is, they're making an assertive effort to make sure they focus on Trump being a racist. They want to keep him in the category as a racist. There is nothing Trump can do. There's no amount of black people that can say we love Trump. They're insulting these black folks. Watch what he tries to slide in as a suggestion that Trump is a racist.
Chick-fil-A became an immediate fan.
I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you.
Yes, and she's referring to people like Jimmy right there. He's that guy. He should have left this story alone.
Okay, 4 p.m. We've been 4 p.m.
I mean, let me give you a hug. Wow. That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. That's really nice. No, we did. We took care of the black colleges, universities. They're taken care of now, and she understands it. A lot of people don't understand it. Biden did nothing for them, and I did everything. I did everything. You gotta love Trump. He's grandiose, man. One of my favorite videos was like, Nobody knows better than Trump. Nobody does that better than Trump. Nobody knows more about nuclear than Trump. Nobody knows more about building. The confidence is amazing. But now here's Trump dropping facts, though, because that is a fact. But you think Jimmy can go ahead and leave that image in the minds of the people? You think he's going to allow a soundbite like this to just stay out there? A moment where everybody is going, oh, that's beautiful. You can't do that. He can't do that. So now here comes the party pooper.
Just a former president muttering, I did everything to himself at a fast food chicken restaurant. Nothing unusual there. I would have given anything for somebody to ask him right on the spot, name one black university.
Oh, you mean like, Biden? LJ Cool J. Asking her to name one rapper, one black artist. And then people came to see the new edition. And we're in front of the blacks today. Okay, so Queen Elizabeth, the black lady, the big tall one that raps, that guy. Yeah, ask a follow-up question. Ask Joe Biden name one real legitimate black church, not the one he just has memorized because he walked past it when he was a kid. Since you're so in touch with the black community, name a couple Puerto Ricans that you know personally, Joe. But this guy. Now, I would love for him to ask Trump that, and then Trump rips off about 3 or 4 of them and make him look stupid. But he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's funny, y'all. But then he goes too far. And this is what I mean by
trying their best to keep Trump in the minds of everybody, just like O'Donnell just did, talking about, look at this man. I want you to remember him. When you sit back and make your choices, see this image in your head. That is what they're doing. They're planting all of these ideas and images in their head. So watch this dirty trick right here.
Okay. And let's have a look at that. We posed for that photo. I'd like to see what that looked like. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Now look at that picture. Look at the picture that he picked. Now, you know what he's implying right here. Trump don't want to touch the dirty black girl. Ew. Why would he pick that picture, y'all? See, this is the stuff that makes me want to go ham on the fake news all the time. So now he's trying to take away that moment for this girl, not to mention he's belittling this woman's, intelligence, as if she's so dumb that she goes to hug a white supremacist who don't want to hug her, that she can't realize that this man's hates blacks and this and all of that. Don't you see what he's doing? He's trying to pull away from you. He don't want to touch you. And you're too dumb to even realize it. He's just doing a photo op. That's what he's implying through this imagery right here. Why didn't he show this?
Man of the people.
Yeah, he could have showed this. Why didn't he show this clip right here? This is my question. What about that one? Yeah, hey, Jimmy. Huh, Jimmy Crackcorn?
Yep.
Why didn't you show that one?
Joe Biden invested $7 billion in historically black colleges and universities, but Donald Trump, who lost Georgia last time.
No, who was cheated out of Georgia last time.
Believes bigly and strongly that this time he deserves to win there.
Why should people of Atlanta vote for you?
Because I've done more for the people of Atlanta than any other president by far. I've done more for the black community than any other president since Abraham Lincoln, and maybe including Abraham Lincoln, frankly, but since Abraham Lincoln.
I don't know. Who is this person? The fact that he's able to say the words, I've done more for the black community than maybe Abraham Lincoln, and then not start laughing hysterically, it's incredible.
It's incredible.
He might as well be saying, I am a black person.
Like this?
Equally preposterous.
Like this?
Sometime at night, Home Alone, look up at the sky and say, what the hell going on up there?
Wait a minute. That's not Karl Malone. Somebody's trying to trick us into thinking that's Karl Malone. It appears to be a white person pretending to be a black person. That's what it appears to be. Wow. Who could be under that costume right there, dressed in all the black paint and stuff like that?
There. Do UFO live on other planets?
So wait, whoever it is, they're trying to make it seem like black basketball players are dumb. That's what they're trying to do. So not only are they trying to portray a black athlete, but then they're stereotyping him. This is misappropriation. Making this black athlete seem like he's dumb and ignorant.
Phoning home like E.T.
Look at the... Wow. I think that was Jimmy. Now, here's the funny part about that. Honestly, I get comedy. One of the funniest characters ever was in Tropical Thunder when Robert Downey Jr. paid the black dude. Man, I thought that was so funny, and they tried to cancel him, and they're like, no, we're not apologizing. That stuff don't bother me. We've grown beyond that. You're an actor, okay? But when you get people like this that's trying to push race all the time, and they got footage like that dangling, I'm like, you shut your mouth. Yeah, hypersensitive person to race. Man, Robert Downey played the heck for it. Before the end of the movie, I thought he was black. When he was like, man, when that guy was like, well, it's okay. I mean, it's just like it was in the script. Yeah, just like it was. No, in the novel. Yeah, he was like, just like it was in the book. He said, yeah, like in the book. He said, you did read the book, didn't you? Nah. He said, well, it's okay. It's like the script. Yeah, just like the script. You did read the script, didn't you? Don't read the script. The script reads me. What does that even mean? Hey, man, what's up with the flip the script? Man, spit that mess out. He was great. When he was in that river, hey, man, hey, listen, man. Like in Rambo 1, he was like big and puffy, but in Rambo 2, he was all shredded. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Hey, man, that's you, man. Oh, come on. Oh, no, man, come on, man. You more shredded than a Julian salad. That was great. He said, hey, man, you got any tips? Because I'm trying to come on. You got any tips? Well, yeah, there's like pine. Well, give me the goddamn map. It was great. I think I might have to go and watch that tonight for my pleasures. And I won't be talking about right there as racism, he's misappropriation. It was funny. But he's not the one running around trying to push race. So instead of capturing moments that will combat the narrative that they have been pushing. It shows their malice. Their whole goal is to keep Trump in this box of made up accusations of racism. They refuse to let him out of it. That's why I say they're disrespecting all of the minorities' intelligence and all of our will and all of our desire. They don't even care that minority support is skyrocketing, Latino support, blacks, all of that is skyrocketing. They pretend that that's not even happening because if they acknowledge it, then they'll have to go ahead and say, well, either we're going to say these folks are too dumb to, see this white nationalist, or we'll just pretend that, no, that's not happening. We'll never speak of that. And we'll just pretend the only folks that supports this man is middle to upper class white folks. So they're evil. So it don't matter if we bring 1 million black folks out to say, hey, we're all here to let you know Trump is our candidate. We love him. They would pretend that never happened, or they would just attack it and say these black people are being manipulated by Trump. They're brainwashed. Unreal. So guess who we got, y'all? It's that poor, manipulated, naive black girl who gave Trump that hug. We finally got a word from her. Now, I told y'all this was going to open up doors for her. I told y'all that.
Joy. Here to tell us about it is that young woman herself, Michaela Montgomery. She's also the founder of a grassroots political group to conserve the culture. Michaela, I've been waiting for this interview all morning. I've been waiting for this my whole life.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Go on, Michaela.
So thanks so much for joining us. So you told the president when you were hugging him, I don't care what the media says, like we support you. Tell me what you meant by that.
Yeah. I am so glad that is the first question you asked me. Mm-hmm. So, of course, in the excitement of everything, I wasn't able to really relay my message, but the general consensus or social media would have you thinking that if President Trump were to show up to the HBCU campuses or walk around the ABC community, that like some angry mob would form or a riot would ensue and that he would not be welcome. And clearly the sentiment in that room the other day was the complete opposite.
And that is exactly why Jimmy Kimmel had to come out and do his little hit piece. See? Yeah, because they, including him, would have you think that, yeah, man, right there, that's all about racism. He's just doing this for show. I mean, you think that black girl right now, she can't even realize that Trump don't want to touch her. He can't even realize that. Even though he's the one asked for the hug. Even though he's the one that asked for the hug. So now what she's doing is really describing folks like raggedy behind, non-funny Jimmy Kimmel. Give me his late night slot. I'll turn it out. Turn that party out. I won't even require the people to have the applause sign on. I'm like, yo, if I don't deserve a laugh, I don't get it. They ain't going to the fist. The crickets is just the crickets. Don't be forcing the folks to laugh like y'all do with Jimmy. Those jokes weren't funny, Jimmy. But now here she is. As she calls out the fake news in these narratives.
It was very welcome. People were excited to see him. People showed up in support of him. And people, of course, were from all four institutions within the AUC, the local HBCU community in Atlanta. Okay. And they all showed up in support of him. So it's actually kind of crazy to see people in an uproar when all four institutions were legitimately represented.
Well, it's not crazy because we're living in crazy town. They've been doing this for the last 6 to 8 years. Yeah. Let Trump do something that benefits black folks, or let him do anything or capture a moment that shows that he's not the white nationalist they portray him to be. And this is their reaction. And guess who they usually send out first? Black on black crime, y'all. They straight send other blacks out there to attack. Yeah, all right, we need blacks to attack other blacks. Can we get some blacks in here? Send out to Joy Reid's. Go get your people, Joy. Go. Get your people in line. Where's Al? Al, you know what to do, skinny neck. Get out there and get your people. Don't look that way. Get out there and get your people online. Why do you think we pay you, Al? Yeah, but yet they're the most pro-black folks. So when they have black folks capture moments like this, when they have, Trump reach out to black folks, they always got to come out and undermine the black folks or attack Trump with trying to pretend they're not really attacking the black folks. And that's what Jimmy tried to do. He's like, I want to just destroy this narrative, but I can't touch her. Because if I mess around and touch her, it's going to be hell to pay because she's black. She's black. But I am going to go ahead and still try to make Trump look bad in this and indirectly make her look bad.
And all four institutions were represented by said students who wanted to support President Trump.
Wanted to? You mean to tell me they weren't drug in there like Joe's people? Huh? They weren't paid off and bought? They weren't none of that? They just wanted to?
And I appreciate that we were able to not only let him know that regardless of what social media says, you know, I know they're trying to make us think we're supposed to hate you, but we...
There it is. Jimmy Kimball. If you listening, somebody go get Jimmy. So send this to Jimmy. I ain't scared of you, Jimmy. Okay, I know you rich. I know you rich. Yeah, but you ain't rich when it comes down to integrity. So now they want people to think that black folks should be scared of Trump and Trump despises black folks. And that's exactly what Jimmy Kimball did. He fulfilled everything she was saying when she met Trump and said, look, we don't care what the media is saying about you. We love you. And Jimmy Kimball walked right into it. Walk right into it. I'm going to go ahead and fulfill what she was saying. I'm going to show you exactly what she means.
We don't. And additionally, it was a learning experience for my students because they were able to see and experience firsthand how the media can warp the perception of an opinion or a person.
And they can't stand that. Once you get that sharp eye, yeah, it's over. You see it, man. You like, boy, I'm telling you, they trying to trick me. You think. That's why I was able to peep out O'Donnell with that garbage. You know, like he's sincerely worried about Trump's skin complexion. Joy Reid, how very scripted that was. The acting she put on the other day. He literally thinks he's God. He thinks he literally. All of that I'm looking at like, I got to give him my Uncle Ron. So you say you think you God, huh? Yeah, cult member you say, huh? Uh-huh. Let me tell you something. Yeah, she needs that. All of them need it. So this woman sees it. And many other black folks are starting to see it and waiting. Dang on it, Gizmo. Jesus. He knew he was in trouble. He done unplugged my TV, y'all. Look at this. Look at this guy. Took your hair, Gizmo. You're probably going around looking for your hair. Aren't you going around looking for your hair? He knew he was in trouble. As soon as I looked back, he was standing there with one foot up like this. Oops. I'm sorry. Man, Gizmo, give me a second, y'all. I got to boot back up. Oh, boy. Thanks a lot, pal. Making me look bad on my show. All right, let's see. All right, fired up. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah. Hey, how about you stop being curious and wandering around looking for stuff while I'm doing my show? How about that, pal? All right, now let me see. Go up here. And we got to do, and I got to go ahead and show all the people how the sausages are made. Thanks a lot, Gizmo. All right, go down here and do that. We going to do this right there. Click that right there. Bam. And we take that right there. And then, hold up, we should see some magic. We should see some magic. Okay, where's the magic? Let's see, you owe me 5 minutes. You're costing me 5 minutes. Don't look that way at me. Don't look that way. Okay, no, you're not getting up here. You're not getting up here. Yeah, I don't want you up here right now. You're making daddy look bad. You're making daddy look bad. Yeah, just as bad as your haircut right about now. All right, so now let's see if we can get this popping. All right, so I got to click that. Bam! Nothing. Oh, wait. Look at that, y'all. We might be in business. Now I got to go over and change the sound. I don't want y'all to, okay. We'll minimize. And then we going to go ahead and go back to the show. Oh, okay. I thought I was. Okay, wait. Now, here we go. Sheesh.
Because, like I said, to think that...
Okay, none of that y'all saw, okay? See, this is how it is to be unscripted. That's why I'm saying you think Joe Biden could have got through that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, that's it. Just shut the whole show down. All right, so anyway, getting back to what I was saying, which I totally forgot what I was saying when Gizmo unplugged my TV. Now, let's continue with this black lady.
These students who attend these illustrious institutions aren't smart enough to make their own decisions. That's so right. Much so that they would only show support for Trump because he bought chicken sandwiches and milkshakes.
And that is exactly how Democrats treat black people. I'm so glad she said that. So now on one end, they belittle the intelligence of black Trump supporters and conservatives. They belittle our intelligence. They want us to think that these young black folks were all keek and kyak just because Trump bought them some chicken and milkshakes. And at the same time, they send their raggedy politicians out there to do that just because these folks are black. Let's talk about tortillas. Let's go down here. Who are we visiting again? The Latinos? Okay, so let's go down there and pull up. Can somebody install a horn on the Beast to go? Let everybody know that Joe's here for the Latinos. Okay, can we do that? Oh, we're going to see the blacks. Okay, somebody go get a big long Buick. Okay, the deuce and a quarter. All right, you know what I'm saying. Put some drop tops on it. Put a sound system. You know they like the loud music. They like the, and we're gonna come up playing some old school hip hop. That's what we're gonna do, Joe. These folks put stuff together specifically because folks are black. Is it working? Hillary Clinton, the hot sauce in the purse. Is it working? You think I would come on your black show if I wasn't trying to win votes? I mean, come on. I just need the black vote. Yeah, that's the only reason I got this hot sauce in here. Joe Biden sitting in there out of all the stuff that man could have said, let's eat. He picks chicken. That man picks chicken. So they do this constantly to black folks and then trying to belittle the intelligence of these black folks and say the only reason they were hugging all over because he bought them milkshakes and chicken.
It's offensive.
That in itself is the most disturbing part of it all, especially when you think about
Well, look at that picture. Why did Jimmy Kimmel show that? Why didn't Jimmy Kimmel show that picture?
The fact that it was mainly urban media outlets that were doing everything in their power to turn other black people against these young black kids.
Yeah, man, because everybody is free game when you support Trump. Y'all thought it was they love black folks. Yeah, y'all thought that the Democrats love all black folks. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all been bamboozled. They only love you up to a point. Soon as you step one toe off that plantation, the first thing they do is send other blacks to get you. Get out there, trash your people. Call them, what was it, the things you called the blacks, because we can't call them that. You know, Uncle Toms and sellouts and, you know, all of that stuff. Yeah, you guys do that for us, okay? Yeah, even though you're pro-black, working for white liberal organizations that have you going out there attacking other blacks just because they don't think like you.
Who simply were not shy to explore other options.
So guys, why are they doing this? Because they're evil. Why is it so important to keep Trump in this light as a racist? Because that's all they got, man. They're using this garbage, and it is the most disgusting tactic you can use. I mean, you don't do this to your own citizens. You're destroying the country. You're not healing anybody. You're using the most evil history, part of our history, you know, the most evil concept, the most evil beliefs that you can possibly use for your own personal gain. You're taking advantage of people's feelings. You're taking advantage of people's, naivety. You're taking advantage of people's emotions, and you are creating hate so you can benefit off of it. That's what makes these people so nasty and stinking. They're creating hate so they can benefit off of it. How about you win on the merits? How about you present your own arguments and not go ahead and instill hate into people? Because when you get finished, even if you win or lose, that hate still exists. And it takes a strong person to pull out of that. That is why we are still looking at people walking around the country suffering from TDS. They don't have what it takes or whatever to just snap out of this mess. I've talked to some smart people and I'm going, dude, pull out. Get out of it. You can't come up out of that. Just about racism. As soon as they feel like they're trying to come out of it, you see it, them suck back in. Like, what's the Charlemagne? Get up there and he'll say something that sounds right. Next, you can see it in him. It's built in. I mean, there's so many folks that I look at and I say, they got you. They got you. Stephen A. Smith is another one. So now, look at this testimony, y'all. First of all, we're going to end with this. This is one of them clips that if you got a friend that is black,
Show them this clip. If you got a white liberal friend who I can't believe you're supporting Trump. I can't believe you're supporting Trump. I mean, he's a racist, he's this and that. Show them this clip. Because I want to see them try to explain why this black woman you're about to hear from, feels the way she feels. I want them to discredit that. I want them to watch what she's about to say and afterwards say, well, I don't care. If a white liberal watches this woman and say, well, I don't care, Trump's still a racist. I don't know why this black woman, you know what? She's a sellout to her own people. If they say that, kick them out. Just kick them out. Listen to this, y'all. Look, what's this? Yo, what? They said, oh, he's a racist. What? Oh, look at all that. Oprah.
Donald Trump embraced the underserved communities.
Look at that. Look. Skinny neck out. Black Hispanic. Oh, criminal justice.
Recently, the Daily Caller asked people, who would you rather date, a felon or a Trump supporter? A majority said felon.
That's where they got the country to. This is what this does. When I first announced that I was supporting Trump in 2016, or going into 2016, on my Facebook page, here I am thinking I'm all cute and handsome stuff. Wasn't really into politics. See, almost all my friends at that point were just friends for convenience, or I didn't even know half the people. People's invite, I accepted it. Yeah. And out of nowhere, the attacks came so strong. There was women on there that were like, oh, God, no. Girl, please say he ain't a conservative. People were saying they would rather date. I'm okay. I think I'm a decent man, and yet they were out there. I would date anybody but a black conservative man. Ew. And I'm going, so you might take one to slap you around a little bit, cheat on you, might choke you a little bit just in case, and let you know how much he loves you. See, sometimes you take one of those, but not a conservative man. Told y'all, one woman was like, he's too fine to be a conservative girl. And I'm thinking, wow, that's where they got you to. That's where they got you to. So now people are literally looking at Trump supporters as so foul that we would take anything over them. Now, how did they come to these conclusions?
Now they're lying. But the great thing about surveys, you can do that. If they really meant it, they'd head to a local prison, go straight to death row, and snuggle a serial killer.
Yeah. See, that's what all liberals. Yeah, they say they want things, they say they'll do things, and then when you give them the option, it reveals that they don't want that. They don't want that type of smoke. We think these illegal immigrants should all be over there. You know what? These are people too, and they're coming for a better life. And okay, great. We're going to ship a couple of them into your area and neighborhood. Oh, whoa, wait. No. We don't want to do that. We think all guns should be removed and the police should be, but we do need some people helping us and protecting us, though. We do need that. Yeah, we think everybody should give up their gas cars and ride around on tricycles. What's wrong with tricycles and big wheels and riding around on green machines? Yeah, you like that when you're a kid, right? When you ride down and you put a thing like this and it slides. You like that. And when the front wheel gets worn out on one side, you still ride it and going down. You like that. Ride those things while we get in our Suburbans. Yeah, you guys take the rail, the bus, while we fly. All of that. So liberals always jump on board with some cause, but when they're called to the carpet, you find out what they're really about. Thank you, Greg. Now let's go ahead and get into that. Was a sidebar rant. Let's get into the segments about
You'll die, but you showed Trump.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. Look at Stink.
This guy is so done.
I'm not finished, fake news.
I never voted exclusively for one party except when I first started voting. I voted Democrat, a long time ago. And then I realized that their policies just did not line up with my Christian values. The whole gay agenda.
Yeah, black folks. They're sweeping out Trump is horrible. And it's this woman right here sounds like many black folks I know. I mean, even ones that I had to talk one of my friends out of getting sucked in to Trump derangement syndrome. They almost got him and his wife. I mean, during 2016, they've been voting conservative all this time. But it's hard to withstand the lies
the gaslighting, the psyops that they were dropping on folks that didn't have the time to look into this, didn't have the interest. Most people are surface dwellers when it comes down to information. Most people just look at the big, headline and stuff like that, catch the sound, and they know that. They were relying on that. So now people who normally have a certain, moral compass or have values that make them vote conservatively, they went so hard against Trump that even many of those were compromised. They were making an exception to their own values because they were falling for the TDS. So now here's a woman who was like, man, their values didn't line up with mine, but look what happened to her.
I just couldn't go along with it because I'm Christian. So I was voting Republican, beginning in 2004. And again, previously in the 90s, I voted Democrat. So then, as time went on, lo and behold, Donald Trump became the presidential candidate.
I remember that.
The media just painted him as such a racist and a misogynist that I believed it.
You also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Look at that. Now look at this confession. First of all, I give her kudos for coming out and keeping it real. As I mentioned, my friend, I'm so glad I talked to him, ahead of time. He called me and what'd you think about Trump, man? Now I had just watched him come down that escalator and he said, what'd you think about Trump? And I said, well, I like him. Really? I mean, you don't think that dude's a racist? I said, no, what makes you think he's a racist? I mean, you didn't hear what he called all the Mexicans? I said, what did he call all the Mexicans? He said, man, he called them, gang, he called them the R word, murderers and drug dealers. I said, did he? I said, I want you to go back and watch the whole clip and call me right back. He called me back and was like, dude, I can't believe they did that. And I'm like, exactly. See, and that woke him up. Thank God, him and his wife. So this right here is what this woman fell for, what many black people fell for.
You had the guys showing up with Klan outfits. You had the guys who were white nationalists, white supremacists. He thinks that's you guys. He thinks that rally was uniting the right.
Think.
That, oh yeah, I mean, you got the Klan and the Nazis and, you got the good guys like the white nationalists.
They had never talked this way about any other candidate. Never. I never heard of it, honestly.
And that is exactly what made me go, something's going on with Trump. I have never seen the media, everybody start attacking a man like this ever. A person who's running for office. This is uncommon. That's the first thing that made me say, whoa. He might be onto something, because very powerful people are doing and saying things that are totally out of character. He destroyed them because they're like, we don't know what to do with this guy. I mean, he's not playing by anybody's rules. He's calling us out. You know what? We're going full in on him. So when I saw all the hate and attacks and them breaking all kind of decorum, I'm going, what is this? You can't just come out and say a man is a white nationalist. And I'm going, he didn't even say that. The man that y'all are just, this is uncommon. See, it woke me up real quick. I'm going, something is going on here, because they're doing things that they've never done. And the sad part about it, they're still doing it, and some people don't even catch it. They think all of these attacks are legit. And I'm going, never seen a president indicted 4 times, impeached twice, sued, trying to take his business. Never seen that. But now they're doing it, and you think it's just because Trump deserves it. Boy, I tell you. So here she is, though.
That the kind of vitriol they had for this man.
The President of the United States had a chance to denounce hate groups, and he didn't do it.
He said there's good people on both sides.
So apparently Spike Lee didn't watch the whole clip either. Or he's an overseer. Bring on the so-called black soul brother Spike Lee. Do the right thing. I'm saying jungle fever. I get jungle fever. All of that stuff. Bring on him to go ahead and try to make all these black folks think that he could have just came out and denounced all this white supremacy and white nationalism, but he didn't do it. Did you even watch the whole clip? Maybe we got to help Spike Lee out. But most people did exactly what this woman did. She saw just the one soundbite.
I've condemned neo-Nazis.
Oh, well, look at this.
I've condemned many different
Spike
groups.
Lee.
And they would edit his clips in such a way that I believed whatever the mainstream media was pushing about Donald Trump, I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
And you know what? That's why I have a certain soft spot, but only up to a point. When it comes down to folks right now who got all the evidence in, got all of these other resources to help them come up out of that brainwashing, that TDS. But during this time, I was like, I could see why a lot of people fell for that. I wasn't completely insensitive to that. They were being bombarded every single day with propaganda, and they still are. But by now, you should have caught it. By now, you should be mature enough to go, I see the game. You're not going to get me to make the Kool-Aid like my brother did when we was little. I was young. I didn't realize he was dipping me to make the Kool-Aid. Yo, Kevin, why don't you go downstairs and make us some Kool-Aid? Man, Tony, I don't want to make the Kool-Aid. You always making me make the Kool-Aid. Hey, okay, if you don't want to make the Kool-Aid, that's cool, man. But I mean, everybody's going to be mad. What do you mean? Everybody say you make the best Kool-Aid. The best Kool-Aid? Yeah, the best Kool-Aid. But I'll make it. No, wait. Where are you going? Where you going? Maybe I should make, they like my Kool-Aid? Yeah, they love it. They love it. But I mean, if you don't want to make it, I'll do it. No, I think I'll go ahead and make the Kool-Aid. Well, hey, you are the best Kool-Aid maker in the house. You can only fool me so long with that. All of a sudden, I was like, hey, man, I'm not going to make the Kool-Aid. You've been playing me this whole time. Go down and make your Kool-Aid yourself. But so many people are still making the Kool-Aid. That's what they're doing. They're still getting with it. But this woman caught it.
Very fine people on both sides.
Yeah.
He said there were some very fine people.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Well, wait a minute. Why didn't they put that in? Why didn't they put that in? See, this is what you got to ask yourself. See, so now, if you're suffering from this and you watch that clip, don't try to count that as just, well, that's just one thing they got wrong. If they did that blatantly, what makes you think all these other lies and narratives are true? See, these are simple things that I try to lay on somebody's mind, hit them with the lay. I'm trying to lay something heavy on you, man. If they would come out and edit that on purpose, just to get you to believe Trump's a white nationalist and he didn't condemn them, you think they stopped right after that? You think they course corrected? You think they's like, oh, shoot, that was our fault. He ain't really a racist. I mean, you can't just be coming out here calling a presidential candidate a white nationalist, a white supremacist, and a racist are bad. What did they do? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's keep doing it. Unreal.
I just believed it. I did not vote for him in 2016. I voted for Hillary. I call her Killary now.
That's us.
I did not vote for him in 2020.
Oh.
Because I believed the media.
I want to share what Trump said yesterday when he was talking about sanctuary cities in California.
When we're taking people out of the country, you wouldn't believe how bad these people are. These aren't people. These are animals.
These are animals.
I do want to say, to be fair to Trump, he was referring to the gang members in M13, not just people who are undocumented immigrants.
Smack! Right to the smack! Now, why did she leave that out? See, and you can show people right now all of these clips that focuses on how they manipulated them. And instead of folks getting mad, instead of folks saying, let me tap out. I've been hanging on to this TDS for a long time now. But he just showed me so many clips of overwhelming evidence that I've been played. Instead of me getting mad at the people who played me and dipped me, I'm going to get mad at the person who revealed them that played me. Man, I don't care what they said. He's still a white. And I'm going, boy, you're working hard to be dumb. I got to call it. Nurse, time, please. If I show you this stuff and you don't get mad at them, instead you're still mad at Trump,
President pushing back hard on a number of news reports that suggested he used the word animals in a general sense to describe many people who are in this country illegally.
He said migrants seeking refuge in America were, quote, these aren't people, these are animals.
Referring to immigrants as animals.
He compared immigrants to animals.
Donald Trump and calling MS-13 members animals.
What the president said about MS-13 was in reaction to what someone had said before about those MS-13 gang members, and that's why he called them animals.
And that's all you had to do was watch it. That is it. I watched it. I was watching it real time when he was doing the press conference. And the lady said that, and he responded to the lady. The lady had a traumatic experience with MS-13. Yeah, she told him what they did to her folks. And he said, yeah, these people are animals. And what did the media, he said animals? Did he say animals? Okay, let's run with it. He called all immigrants animals. All you had to do was watch it. And you can't tell me the fake news didn't watch that. They purposely edited it so they could trick people. And this is what makes me want to go ham on them every night.
Donald Trump further compared immigrants and people coming across the border as animals, not humans. He said animals.
He does things like call immigrants animals.
This president started his presidency and his campaign calling all of us, my parents, my siblings, everyone, rapists, criminals, murderers.
And that's the lie that woke me up. You do realize that. This man right here, they brought him on to respond to Trump's announcement of running. When he mentioned, the R word and all that stuff, they brought him on to validate that. And all that did was made me say, something's going on here. Something's going on here. So this Mexican man apparently didn't watch the whole press conference because that is not what Trump was doing. I mean, I can never unsee it now.
I thought he was talking about immigrants generally, and it was very disconcerting.
You fell for it, Geraldo.
MS-13 members are also human beings. They're not good human beings, but they're human beings.
And neither are you. You definitely ain't a good one. Good grief. So.
Thank you for explaining that, you idiots.
So when the MS-13 comes in, when the other gang members come into our country, I refer to them as animals. And guess what? I always will.
Yeah, that's a boss. That's a boss. And guess what? I always will. Yeah, now what? Yeah, we gonna say, huh? We gonna say, yeah, I'll do it again. You want me to do it again? They're animals. See, I'm not taking it back. Yeah, so for all of those that's covering up for the animals, it's showing how evil they are. They picked the animals over Donald Trump. They're like, we'll go ahead and support the animals, the murderers and all of that stuff, because we need this guy to look like a racist. And folks fell for it.
I prayed to God and I said, I want to know the truth about, Biden, Trump, Obama, everything.
And God
I want to know the
answered her
truth because I'm seeing this in front of me, him with a mugshot and everything else. Like I said, I never voted for Donald Trump. I've never voted for him. I took it as to mean that he is being unjustly persecuted. And so then it led me to looking into things and just digging and
So God gave this woman some brains and common sense. She was able to see something was brewing now. She said, I can't believe that all of these folks are attacking one man. Is it that evil? Yeah. So I said, God, show me the truth. And God, I started opening my eyes. That woman right there started seeing it. Wait a minute, mugshots and all of this and the rest. And so did many other blacks. And that is why all of them were down there in Atlanta when that Trump train was riding through going, free Trump. Free Trump, man. Let my boy Trump go. They started seeing it, y'all. And the media is still trying to make it seem like this man's legitimately being persecuted and prosecuted.
Digging and digging for the truth.
Yeah, get on in that truth.
I was amazed at what I found. I found
what you find?
Unedited clips.
What?
That were edited when it got to the mainstream media, but the unedited clips, he wasn't saying anything bad, but once the media got to the clips and once we saw it as a viewer of mainstream news, then we saw what it looked like Trump was saying something racist.
And that's what that young black girl was talking about when she gave Trump that hug. Now it's all tying together. She said, I don't care what the media has been saying about you. We love you. She sees it too. She's like, oh, I'm a victim of it. I was played. I was hoodwinked. And I went down to Cincinnati, was talking to a couple of my brothers and sisters, and we start philosophizing about politics. And they were dropping every quote that the media has said Trump said. I was ready for every one of them. I'm like, you ain't talking to a novice. You ain't talking to somebody who don't do this every day. That's all I do. I don't even watch regular TV hardly anymore. I just watch clips. So anything. I was like, throw it out there. Throw it out there. Come on, bring it. Come on. What's next? Well, remember he had said. As soon as they would throw out the statement, I go, did he say that actually? You know what? This is the one I heard. Y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready for this one? Man, this one was one I ain't heard in a long time. But they were like, well, like doing, things like this. He called that reporter handicapped. He was making fun of handicapped people. And I was like, really? You said he was making, let me go ahead and say what he was really doing. And then after that, you know what the response was? Well, so what? But what about? And everything they were saying that he said, when I expounded upon it, it was showing them that you've been played. Now you would think, as you start realizing I've been wrong about this, I was played here, here. There's something going on. But many of them would just move on to the next.
But in actuality, the original clip that was unedited, he wasn't saying that. So I found out that the media edits his clips.
He's married to an immigrant. It's absurd. The fact that he was taken out of context isn't an accident. The New York Times and CBS had headlines where they said he called undocumented immigrants animals. That's a lie.
I found out that certain things happened, the first month of 2021. Yeah. And I found out about what happened in November.
Oh, now, see, once you see it, y'all, you can't unsee it. Oh, man. She was like, wait a minute. Something went on with this voting? Oh, something went on in November. What's this? What's these?
A few months prior, that was not fair at all. And there was this whole deep state colluding together, including paid off judges and media outlets that were going along with the Democratic narrative.
We'll see. We couldn't help her any more than we have. She's just a free ride so far from the media. We're the biggest ones promoting her campaign, so it better happen.
Yeah. We couldn't help Hillary more than we have. We've been trying to destroy Trump and making up stuff about him and embracing every lie that you told and making up our own lies about him. We did everything we can. So if you still don't win, crooked, it's because the people have vomited you up. Because we gave you every advantage possible. Outraised him financially. Yeah, all of the free advertisement and propaganda we gave you. And along with demonizing Trump along the way. And he still kicked your butt. So then the next round, they had to up their game. We can't rely on just the media. We got to go ahead and do some real cheating now. And she peeped it out.
I was shocked beyond belief.
I know you were, darling.
And I just believe it was the answer to God's prayers that I admitted that I was wrong about Donald Trump. I will be supporting him in 2024. I am a Trump supporter.
Thank you.
And as you can see, I'm a black woman, but I love truth. I'm a believer first. I'm a child of God first. And I should, in my mind, should not be voting for things that the Democratic Party is pushing. They're pushing death. They're a party that loves blood. They're bloodthirsty. You've got abortion, you've got transgenderism, you're taking away people's ability to procreate. They're promoting abortion in black neighborhoods. Planned Parenthood, a lot of times, is in predominantly black areas.
Busting me all up. Every black, they all need to see this. She sees it. These folks are evil. And they talk about Trump wants a bloodbath. The same people who won't even put a term limit on abortion. The same people who's okay with the bloodbath that would take place on children if they got reassignment surgery. Yeah, the same folks that don't mind a bloodbath when they send all of, our soldiers somewhere off into some foreign land for their own political gain. And all of those folks over there in Ukraine who's getting killed, that's a bloodbath. That's a bloodbath that's going on over there. You think they care about that? Nope. Yeah, it's something bigger than that. Yeah. The same folks that's okay with a bloodbath down there at that border. They're okay with that bloodbath. They love blood. They love the bloodbath. Yeah, sitting back. Well, don't even look at all of the traffickers, trafficking kids and women. Forget that mess. Forget the drug cartel who's killing and murdering and shooting. Forget all the fentanyl, the bloodbath that's taking place in our country. When it comes down to fentanyl, how about the bloodbaths that take place in black neighborhoods ran by Democrats, where they're shooting each other all the time? They don't care about that. That party is 100% evil, 100% uncut pure evil. And if America falls, it's going to come through that party. And I'm not saying we ain't got our raggedy Republicans as well, but I see enough of them fighting for our country to where I'm rolling with them for now. And if they ever get to the point where they acting like that party and I can't see no resemblance of hope in them, I'll do the same thing to them. Rip them to shreds.
There's a clip I saw of Planned Parenthood representatives handing out pamphlets in inner city schools, black inner city schools, and I guess it was a principal or
I saw that clip.
Or vice principal who pushed the people away and said, "You get out of here! Don't give that to them. They're kids." The devil is very sneaky. Welfare destroyed the black family. You know, black people enjoyed growing up in two-parent homes. But after the 60s, after welfare was instituted, that changed. During the 60s, late 60s and beyond, that started to change. And it was due to the institution of welfare, which was instituted by Democratic President Lyndon Baines Johnson, who turned out to be very crooked. And so I can't make anyone believe the way I believe. I just know I will not be voting Democrat again for the rest of my life. I refuse to do it.
You can say what you want, but that's the way it is.
I completely got off the Democratic plantation. I am not a victim. I am a child of God. I am an overcomer. Well, that's it for me. Linda B. You guys have a blessed day. March on, Warriors.
Give me a moment. That's beautiful. I love powerful testimonies like that. I love videos like that. Because, you know, I've been in the game for a while now. Everybody knows how I feel. You know, I mean, a lot of times, you know, nobody even asks me about, okay, what was your transformation, all this stuff. I look for other folks that have that transformation late in the game, that they can sit back and make the connection of there I was, but here I am now. I mean, I can relate to y'all because guess what? I fell for it too. See, a lot of people might say, well, Kev, you know, you always was kind of conservative before you even voted for Trump. And then you were one of the first people that came out and supported him. But what do you say to all these black folks that halfway through the game, now we done went through Trump and Biden, and now all of these black folks are saying, I'm seeing the light. Latinos, I'm seeing the light. What do you say to that? It's hard to overcome those type of testimonies because those testimonies come with all of the information that reveals how they were there and who got them there to the point where they saw all of these lies, all of this propaganda. They point that out. I believe this, I fell for that. Yeah, this and this and that. And I didn't, and now I see the difference. And so I'm glad that I ran across that clip. Kudos to that woman, dang on it. And I hope that video goes viral. Everybody needs to see it. They ain't gonna, because after watching that, if they still be like, I don't care, I'm still voting for Biden, I'm still voting for, okay, fine. Throw the fish back in the water. That fish is too small. Yeah, don't just, get out of it. Go on now, go on now. We ain't got time to be wasting on those tinny minnows. We want the big fish. So anyway, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking with me on this Friday night. Don't know what y'all got planned. Hopefully something fun, cool. Hopefully it ain't raining. Where y'all at? Dang gonna, I can't do nothing. Can you stand the rain? I can't right now. Dang, it's been raining for like 7 days straight. I'm starting to think I might need to build an ark. Be in the back. Kevin, what are you doing? What? I done nothing. Are you building an ark? Maybe. I know. Kind of. Who knows? You know the Bible said he won't destroy the earth by water again. Well, just in case. Just in case. Because right now the water's rising. I feel like that. So we'll see. Anyway, hit that like button. Share my videos. Follow me on all the other platforms. Don't forget to check out Kevin's Corner Store. And please, if you can, if you want to donate to the channel, I think my link, yeah, I'm pretty sure my link probably expired by now. But if the link is expired for my fundraiser, you can always help support the channel through my regular Cash App or my PayPal. It's also down there. And I think that might be it for now. That number right there, if you text MAGA to it, then just in case they truly unexist me or something comes up where I need to communicate to y'all, I'll still have the ability to do that. And thanks for all of those that let me know that you haven't been getting notifications and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get out of here. Have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Monday. I forgive you. I forgive you. Skinny Gizmo. This is the skinny version. Yeah, I could never get used to skinny Gizmo. I love him though. My love, you know, I'm not superficial like that. See, my love don't change just because, you know, you ain't as hot as you was. Okay, all right. I still love Gizmo. Yeah, even without his hair, bald headed and all. Yeah, but it better grow back. That's all I'm saying. It better grow back. All right, see y'all next time. Kev's gonna take care.